Laura.
Hi there.
Kind of looks like the grass grew a little bit.
Did by the fire pit. I was going to sharpen that.
I'll probably shoot up to Fred Meyer as soon as we're done here. And come back and then just go down to the gym at 5:30 or 6 probably. Not at the beginning. Cut right in. Cut right in class.
Hello.
Hello, Astrid. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm super duper. Super.
You're duper. Isn't that a song?
You do look short. You just grabbed a midget chair here.
It happens to the best of us.
Yep. How's your day?
It started early with a call at 7, and I've just sort of been going. I just looked outside and noticed it's sunny. Maybe I'll ride my bike to physical therapy.
Yes, that is a good idea.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. A good second half of your day. It's a good way to
Wake up a little.
Yeah.
My issues.
Have you been on the computer most of the time then?
Yeah, with a little bit of time at my standing desk, but yeah, it's a lot of sitting around.
Yes. Yeah.
Got your work shirt on, not your t-shirt.
Yeah, right. You can tell. You missed me yesterday when I was wearing full-on makeup.
What?
What? It happens.
Yesterday? Oh no, yeah. We totally missed you yesterday.
Happens once in a blue moon. I actually put on a face to get online.
Yeah. Think of how much life has changed, right?
Oh my God, has it ever? Has it ever? Mostly in good ways, I think, actually.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of good that's come of it for sure. Although I'm home a lot more now. I think that's good.
It's fine.
I talked to a professional acquaintance, and she, I think, just moved in with I guess they've been long time life partners, but have never really lived together. And she's like, yep, he just arrived from Ireland or somewhere. And she's like, and I'm going, so how's it been going? And she's like, I'm not sure yet. After years of working towards living together.
Yeah, especially as an adult, right? It's one thing to
when you're set in your ways. No.
How old are they?
Oh, in their 50s, early 50s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little different than 20s and 30s.
No, this is not like a brand new,
No.
I've never lived with a dude type thing. No.
No, but still, if you've been living alone, you have a lot of things that you have.
Yeah.
Whatever. Used to being quiet in the morning or staying up late or not having to worry about making noise or.
Yeah.
But yes, we've done pretty well.
Yeah.
We had a big tree cut down yesterday.
Oh yeah? How'd that go?
It was cool. I've never seen people take down a tree. So it was interesting to see them manage the big branches from above. So the tree was a big cedar, and it was, a foot from our neighbor's fence in a corner. And so, yeah, just to see how they tie up the branches and then they cut them down and then they lower them down, and just one hand on the chainsaw cutting it. It was just pretty athletic.
It looked a little dangerous to me, but obviously, because whenever I use a chainsaw, one of the things they tell you to worry about is kickback. But he's literally just cutting with one hand, just holding it while he's holding up the top like this, and he cuts, and then he takes it like that and just drops it.
Oh my God.
And massive, like I'm saying, like, branches that are this big, that would just, could do anything, could snap back or go a different way, but he's guiding them where he cuts them off with that one hand and manhandles them over and make sure it drops straight down into our yard. It was It was, yeah, it was
Yeah.
probably an hour and a half of just, kind of watching them. I mean, it's an art, really. You know, you have big teeth on your shoes, and you have a rope around your waist that, you shimmy up, and then you're tying off branches. And I mean, it is laborious.
Yeah, it's an art. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did a pretty quick job with it, though. Most of the branches are small enough that you could just grab and throw over.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, I know how heavy those chains, especially gas ones, how heavy those are. And I'm like, I guess it's so sharp that he's just confident that once he starts it, that it's just not going to buck.
Wow. That's amazing, though.
Yeah.
And he has it tied to a rope. So he'll take his chainsaw, and he'll be using it. And then he just basically just flings it, drops it down. So then it hangs down 15 feet. And then he pulls it back up and he cuts it. And the same thing, throws it on the other side. I mean, just, super art, like you said, is very, it was just an art how he was taking that chainsaw.
Yeah. So the heavier pieces, he would get to a certain point and pull a chainsaw and then, just pick up the stump and then drop it down. And
like 6 foot, 6 foot pieces that, a good size of a, wait, you think it was smaller?
It's the fish.
They looked big. I just saw him, he just moved the whole pile. So it looked
They're like maybe a foot in diameter, the biggest one. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. I believe
but those are much closer to the ground. The ones that he was doing up from really high were, maybe 4 to 8 inches. But
still,
it's still pretty cool.
And very entertaining. Cool. Yeah.
Clearly.
And maybe they'll come back and do another tree. We have another one that's dead.
No.
Yeah, we have a lot of old trees around our property, and there's a cedar, Dawn found out, a cedar root fungus that's going around, and it's killing different cedar trees. So this is what this was, a cedar. We're hoping it doesn't. We have 5 trees along our back fence line. They're all cedar. So we're kind of I hope that doesn't happen to those, because then we lose our whole privacy back there.
Oh yeah, it's a bummer.
It's kind of like your front corner, right? So you have tons of trees that kind of obstruct the house, and that's kind of our whole property line is, and the house is older, so it has trees around the whole property line, and and that's how we didn't know this one tree was dead, because it's sandwiched in this huge.
In this
mess, I don't know how big it is. We have a cedar that's about.
There's a big redwood.
Wow.
It's a type of redwood that's growing on the edge of our property, and the pine tree just died.
It's like 13 feet maybe in circumference.
Yeah, it's huge, big.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bigger than any fir I've seen. So it's
nothing grows under redwoods.
So yeah, I think it just I don't know, that pine must have been there, and then as the redwood came up, it just kind of swallowed it. We're talking over 100 years or however.
But it's always surprising that we find things, I mean, how long has that tree been dead? Probably years, but you just don't see it.
You just don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet we have a few of those around our property if we look carefully.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of very similar. I noticed that the other day. I was like, well, their line is just like our tree line, where you just have a lot of shrubbery and trees growing.
Yeah.
You said shrubbery.
Shrubbery.
Is that not a proper term?
No, it makes me think of Monty Python.
Oh.
Yes, Dana. I thought you said you couldn't get on.
I'm on my phone. I don't know why my iPad would not cooperate, but yeah, it looks weird on my phone too. Hi, I hope I look weird.
No comment.
And Mary's here.
Where's Mary?
Proud Mary.
I don't see her.
You don't see her? She's got a screen up.
I hate using my phone for this. It's so weird. Everybody's so tiny.
So tiny. Mary, can you hear us?
Mary looks like she's had a day.
That was.
And she's totally in the dark, so we know that she's holding her head, but we can't see the painful expression.
And we can't hear you at all, Mary. Now you're on mute. Now you're not. Try it. I'm glad I'm not the only one that has difficulty with machinery.
when I use my laptop, I don't know if you guys noticed, Laura, when I'm doing it, and my speakers will cut out like 2 or 3 times every time while we're doing it. I have no idea why. It only does it on Zoom.
Yeah, it's
So
a little,
you'll-
it's always a little, there's a second where it's a little patchy for sure. Yeah.
So you'll start the meditation and then I'm like, I'm not hearing you. I'm like, oh, shoot. So I got to click it on and like, especially when I'm supposed to be, one time you said first, I'm like, oh, I hope I'm not too late. I'm waiting for my speakers to come back. I don't know, it's weird.
I'm dealing with, my son is going tomorrow to his commune, and there's
Right.
only Verizon phone service in the area where he's moving. So we've been working for 2 weeks to get his T-Mobile locked iPhone switched to Verizon. And just like every single time, I think he's now on his 4th time, and they said, oh, well, we need a scan of your social security card now. And it's just like, are you kidding me? All I want to do, I have like a fully paid for iPhone on T-Mobile, and I just want to switch it to Verizon. That's all I want to do. It has been just one thing after the next. He's like about to cry at the store.
I bet.
And he's leaving in like less than 24 hours. So
yeah.
There's always, isn't there? It's just,
yeah, and we were kind of saying like, you know, I don't know, when you live overseas, as you know, Dana, like you expect things not to work. Like in Indonesia,
Yes.
we just expected nothing to work or be hard. And here you expect stuff to work more, you know, and that it's been this many like hoops to jump through is just like, geez.
Yeah.
I blame it on Apple too. Like it's taken us a week to get this phone that we own unlocked.
that's
whatever
ridiculous.
that means.
It's just T-Mobile.
And now Verizon doesn't want to like open up the thing and put in a card until he has our social security number.
That doesn't seem right.
You have to have social security number to get a.
Yeah, I switched carriers like maybe 5 months ago, and I switched away from Verizon, and it was the simplest thing. I mean,
Do you have an Android though?
yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've heard Apple's.
Because I've done the same thing on. I was finally like, I'm just gonna buy you like $100 phone or whatever, and that's what you're getting for your commune year. Forget this iPhone shenanigans. So that might happen tomorrow. We just go get
like a flip phone.
Yeah.
Get him a BlackBerry.
Oh my
God.
God.
They even sell Blackberries anymore?
I don't know. I'm being facetious.
Yeah.
She uses it with her Palm Pilot.
That's right. And my little stylus.
I have a whole line of things. If he needs to try any of the old ones, I got a drawer full of.
I'm sure they don't work anymore even, do you think, on today's?
I have no idea. Yeah, probably not.
It's a good question. Yeah. Well, I hope that gets remedied. It seems a little silly.
It's like that painful. That seems extremely painful.
Yeah.
All you want is to get him out of the house.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, he could have been a little bit better organized, but it has been.
Well, that's the question I have. It's like, why is this your problem?
Why is it my problem? Because I'm sitting at home and have his social security card, so he doesn't have to come back and go back to the store.
It's weird that they would. That's such a weird request,
isn't it?
Oh,
So I texted him a photo of it, and they were like, "No, you have to email it."
No.
What?
No.
Like what?
No, you don't.
Don't do that.
Ooh. Yeah.
Look, but you can't have it.
That's weird. That's very weird.
Yeah,
But
I feel.
Yeah, that's not legit.
You feel like we're getting scammed? He's at a Verizon retailer
He's
store.
he's at the store, so that makes it a little better. But it is weird.
No, if I would be asking to speak to the manager,
I would.
because I'm social security number too. It's his phone. You know, how does the social security number tie in with his ownership of the phone? You know, they're trying to prove who he is. You've got multiple forms of identification, a driver's license, a passport. No, I don't trust people anymore.
Now he's saying, actually, we can't email it. We have to fax it. Like,
No.
who has a fax machine?
Your Palm Pilot.
All you have to do is fax it to this number in Nigeria, and magically $8 million will arrive in your bank account.
Wait, you've gotten that $8 million? I'm still waiting for mine.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, do you mind if we go ahead and do our meditation so I can
Yeah,
give
let's
him
do
a
it.
call?
Let's do it. Yep, yep.
Let's meditate.
Let's meditate for him.
That's
Right.
God, or for you,
and for Laurel.
and for you, Laurel.
for one of us. For one of
Oh
us.
gosh.